Hey guys, it's M4J here and welcome back to the M4J Journeyman here on Football Manager 2018, and it is going to be the Journeyman now because, as you can see on your screen, Llandudno pulled the trigger. They sacked me. What actually did it in the end was they gave me I had a second board meeting first of all, and they gave me a target of getting 11 points from 5 games, which might not sound like much, but when you think that we'd only had 9 points in 19 games, I think, or something up to that point, yeah, it was a bit of an ask, let's put it that way. But it got off to a really good start. So I had that meeting with them, and then it's 2 AM last night, I'm recording this the next day, that I recorded the last episode. I then played the next match and lost. Then I had the meeting where they gave me the target, and then I won the next game 3-1. And it looked really, really promising. And I went into the next match full of confidence, was 2-0 up at half time, was still 2-0 up in the 70th minute. I think it's the 70th minute, I'll check that in just a second. And then lost 3-2. And as you can see, they sacked me. So I just want to check what that last result was. Yeah, so I was 2-0 up. Yeah, I was 2-0 up after 70 minutes, and then 73rd minute they got a penalty, 77th minute they scored, and then the 88th minute. And you can see here that was the 3-1. I lost twice actually, yeah, banger. Played them twice and lost. And then there was this playoff stuff, which I assume is to do with relegation and promotion, a bit like the Scottish leagues. So we are unemployed. Social feed will do that. I am actually going to subscribe to some people. My assistant manager also left, the fitness coach left, and the head physio left, and one of the scouts left. Interesting. What really stuck it for me though was the coach that we had, Gibson. He actually left to join Notts County as a youth coach, and I think that's what did it for me in the end. Once my coach left, he was the last person really that was keeping it all together. So yeah, we're unemployed. That's the main thing. But already I can see that there are some teams that we can apply for. So the first one I'm going to apply for is San Antonio Unido. I'm not going to say the Spanish one, although I did do Spanish at school. I got a Spanish GCSE. I think I got a B in my speaking. So I can speak Spanish, sort of. I got an A star in my French. So if we ever end up working in France, I should be okay. But yeah, I'm not going to pronounce it in Spanish right now because I'm tired and I don't want to offend anybody. Brisbane Roar, might as well apply for them as well. And Queen's University will apply for. Warriors FC in Singapore, we will apply for. Highlands Park in South Africa, we will apply for. And that is it. We're not going to apply for any of the others because obviously Llandudno we've just left. And the 3 English teams we're not going to just yet. The Brisbane one was unsuccessful. The interview process is over. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. If that's the reason, if that's the actual reason, then fair enough. If it's not, then boo to Brisbane Roar. I didn't want your job anyway. So yeah, that was a bit disappointing actually. Llandudno. I really did feel like we were just one result away from turning the corner, and I thought that 3-1 win was it. We were so comfortable in that game. So comfortable. I think we were 3-0 up before they even scored. So it's a real kick in the teeth that ended up happening. I just couldn't put the results together. It's one of those things. It's one of those things. Yeah, I'm quite relieved. I don't think it does anybody any good to harbour resentment and ill feeling. What's done is done, and we can each go our separate ways now. Here we go. I'll be respectful. Haven't I already been asked this question? I'll answer it differently this time. Yeah, no long-standing issues. Inability to create a positive dressing room atmosphere. I'm going to say that one. I'll throw the cat amongst the pigeons a little bit. Is there anybody else? Is there anything else I'd like to add concerning my departure? I can't type today. Right. Yeah, I'll go for that one. Again, I'm very respectful of the fans. They're not necessarily going to warm to me as the manager. It's a results game. I can understand that. Same with the board, really. Board, I always tend to consider the board in the same category as fans, in that they're sort of on the outside looking in. The only difference being is a fan will go out and tell you to sign a player, and you might listen to them. If the board goes out and tells you to sign a player, you're more inclined to listen to them. That's where I think it separates. Same with selling players as well. But the players, I really feel like just didn't try hard enough. Some of them didn't try hard enough. Howard was a really good example. So, you know, I dropped him because he wasn't doing very well, and then he threw his toys out the pram, had a hissy fit. So, yeah, that's the way it goes. Stellenbosch have just become available. 10th in South African National First Division. What's their squad like? Yeah, I mean, this is the kind of thing that I could see myself doing, South African football. So, I'm going to apply for Stellenbosch as well. And we'll see if we get any interviews. To be honest, I'm not getting my hopes up too high with South Africa or maybe even the Far East, because I imagine that in terms of football quality, they're the equivalent of our lower leagues, but in terms of football reputation and experience, they're right up there with the top. I think that's one of the things that the Journeyman will teach me is to sort of respect other nations, because I always look at things like the Chinese Super League is a really good example. I always look at that and think, oh, the only reason that there's some good teams there now is because of the money, and the only reason there's good players there is because of the money. But actually, you look at all the foreign players that have gone over there, like Tevez and Hulk and Oscar and players like that. Yeah, they were attracted by the money. But then you look at some of the local players and the local management and things like that. They've actually got a really good structure going. And the fact that they've brought in these rules now about how many foreign players you can have, they're also not afraid to take on the stereotype and actually say, no, we want to do things differently. And I think they need a lot of respect for that. Because most nations, England included, wouldn't do that. And we haven't done that. And that's one of the reasons why the English football team is struggling at the moment on the international scene. It's because we have our FA is too willing to just let the clubs do what they want and not bring in restrictions. Anyway, Diego Maradona is the manager of Brisbane Roar now. That's how ridiculous this game can get sometimes. It's funny. It is quite funny seeing things like that. Let's see who offers us an interview anyway. I might see if another job comes up in Wales. I kind of want to leave Wales behind and move on to another country, but if another team has an opening, I'm so tempted to take it. Take the best players from Llandudno to the new team and see if I can beat them. That is one thing that I do like doing. In my old days on Football Manager, where I used to jump from club to club and I played against my former teams, I would always set up extremely attacking to try and beat them. Just to kind of, especially if I'd been sacked. If I'd just moved on naturally, then I wouldn't be that motivated, really. Obviously, you want to win, but I wouldn't have been like, oh, we've got to destroy them. But when it was a team that sacked me, I was always, yeah, we've really got to get into them. You know, play 6 up top, go full on attacking, route 1, let's try and score 12. You know, that kind of thing. Really childish, I know, but there's an element of pride at stake, even if it's a computer game. There's a lot of pride. You feel sore when you get sacked. You just want to do your best. We got an interview. Queen's University Belfast have offered me an interview. Let's do this. You have very little managerial experience, and that obviously concerns me a little. Can you explain why that is? Well, I'm 24. Well, I'm 25 now in real life, but I'm 24 in the game. I've not even been in charge for a season. I might as well just say I'm not been in the job that long. It's fair to say you failed to live up to expectations at your former club. I would have preferred to have been judged over a longer period of time. I kind of want to do that one. Can you explain why you appear to be in the running for a few jobs right now? right now. That's nobody else's business but mine. Does anyone do that? Does it work? I don't think it works, just to turn the question back on them. I'm just trying to forge ahead with my career by any means necessary. That sounds a bit selfish, I know, but I think that's probably the best of the options there. We want to ensure that the dressing room atmosphere is much better than it was under our previous manager. Oh, I can do that. We'll have parties and all sorts in the dressing room. Yeah, I'm extremely confident of being able to forge good relationships. Our previous manager didn't enjoy the best of relationships with the supporters. Again, I kind of want to go for this one and sound level-headed. We value longevity at this club, and our recent history shows we're prepared to give the right manager a long time to get it right. Yes, I do. I know I'll be able to look after the club's finances. We've been performing largely as expected, but we've suffered a drop since the early part of the season. Could you take us to the next level? I just think I've got enough about me as a manager. Nah. Whoever gets the job doesn't need to make changes to the team. Everything's going well at this point. All it simply needs maintaining. I think that one. I would like to sign a large number of youngsters. No further philosophies. Avoid relegation. Yep, I'll do that. Proposed wage budget of £500. Oof. Might need a slightly larger budget, but no other requests. Let's see how well that does. The Highlands Park was unsuccessful. That's fine. Hold no grudges against them. It would be funny if I managed to get a new job before Llandudno got a new manager. Although, I suppose I was applying for a job that was already available. I think this one was already available. So maybe it's not that funny. After all, maybe not. Belfast. I mean, that's quite fun. I've never managed an island on Football Manager before. I have on FIFA, but I wouldn't say that was a realistic representation of Irish football. I think it was Drogheda and I'm probably butchering that pronunciation. Cork I've managed, and Bohemians. I've managed Bohemians. Queen's University I have not managed. I have heard of them. Just not managed them. So, I mean, surely by the fact that I've heard of them, that puts me heads and shoulders above the rest of the candidates. Surely. You know, it's nice to know that well, when you're hiring, it's nice to know that the person you're considering has at least heard of the company. I'm still gutted, to be honest. I'll always be gutted. I didn't want to get sacked from the first job. I certainly didn't want to get sacked so early into the season. Really, we're only just in January. I think in the Welsh League that's near the end of the season, or it seems to be near the end if they were going into playoffs. But you know, England and Scotland, that's halfway through the season. That's nothing. And I genuinely feel that 3-1 win was the catalyst. If we'd have just got the defence a little bit stronger, which I was in the process of doing, that's what's most frustrating, is I actually signed a couple of defenders on trial to have a look at them up close and see if they were worth signing permanently, and one of them was looking quite promising, and I was so close to offering him a deal, and you know, can't do that now. Wherever I go, I do want to take Clifton with me. I would like to take Clifton. Richards Bay, you're in South Africa as well, aren't you? Yeah. Shall I apply? I tell you what, I won't apply for that one now. I want to see what the result of the Queen's University is, and then we'll... Did I say Belfast? I think it must be Belfast. Oh God, you don't want to get that wrong. Yeah, I know the club that I'm going to be working for. I just don't know what city it's in. That's fun. But yeah, I want to take Clifton with me. I want to take Phillips with me, if I can. And I would like to take maybe Massaro and Taylor, the right back. They're the four, I think, that I would like to take with me. Maybe Chamberlain and maybe Moses as well. But I think that's probably asking too much of the wage budget. Although, I mean, Clifton's not on wages. Llandudno. He's on an amateur contract. I'm trying to think how many of the others might be as well. That's the other thing that's annoying, is I just got round to renewing people's contracts for the next season, so some of them I won't be able to get for that exact reason. Some of them I will be able to get. We'll find out. Let me just double check. Queen's University. Belfast. God for that. I had this horrible feeling. I think it's because there's is it UCD, University College Dublin, have a football team as well. Oh, here we go. Not only are they offering me a job, they're giving me £70 a week more than Llandudno did. And they're agreeing to up the wage budget by £100 a week. We're taking that. We are taking that. We are the new managers of Queen's University Belfast. Awesome. Awesome. Let me attend the meeting. We'll get this going. Yep, I want to sound. I want to learn more about the club. I still can't speak. Meet the journalists, and we'll do that. Right, I'll meet the assistant. Yes, I would like a team report. I would like to meet my backroom staff. Thanks for the help. Right. Is it going to be cheeky to make some requests already? Probably is. One thing I would like is a senior affiliate. Okay. That's not going to happen. If you have to fight for it that much, you know it's not going to happen. They'll pretend that they'll go away and do it, and then they won't. Okay. We got a player on loan from Linfield. Cool. Cool. Players currently unhappy. John Gibson and Craig Briers. Well, clean slate. Clean slate, everybody. Don't need to worry about that. In terms of captains, Jimmy Walker is the current captain. They want me to put Byrne as the vice captain. Okay. We'll do that for now. Time for me to meet the media. How do I feel regarding my departure from Llandudno? I'm delighted to have been handed this opportunity and to take a positive step in my career. Perfect. Do you believe that the club's league position was good enough to have deserved a longer stay of execution? Everyone's going to have different opinions. We can talk for a moment about your previous job. You've already talked to me about my previous job. I bear no grudges. That's fine. My first match in charge is against Glenavon Res in the Intermediate Cup. I'm assuming that stands for reserves. Spend a little time. Yep. I might be new here, but the players aren't. They know how to play, and we'll save the bigger changes for another time. Perfect. I arrive at the club as a replacement for Peter Thompson, who was able to bring success. Do you think you are the right person to take Queen's University to the next level? I really hope so. You rather famously struggled to cultivate a strong dressing room atmosphere. Yeah, because they were all douches, effectively. It's a fresh start for me. Perfect. I've been struggling in the league so far. The chairman felt it was time for a change. I'm looking to... I have my own ideas of how football should be played at this level. Yeah. And I have spent considerable time developing a tactic. About 3 years, in fact. Do you not think there's a risk of things going wrong if the players at Queen's University don't fit into your preferred setup? Targeting competitions. Yeah, happy to give the lads a chance to prove themselves. Taking charge when it's widely expected that Matt McManus will leave. I'd like to keep him around. Everyone will have a chance to prove. I will be dipping my toes into the water. Do you feel confident about your ability? I can't wait to get started. I have plenty of ideas for this team, and we're going to surprise a few people with how quickly this situation can change. Right, the league is my main priority. I won't disrespect Peter by discussing his time. I'm not prepared to talk about transfer policy. I'd love the opportunity to continue working with some of them if that's available. Yeah, that's true. Might as well be truthful. There's the report. Could do with another left back. Okie dokie. A welcome from the scout. Cool. That should be every week. Okay. And the search for the senior affiliate. Right, let's get the tactics loaded up. So what was it? 2, 3, and 4, I think, were the ones we had. So 2, 3, and 4. 3 is the one we're going to start with. Let's see what the assistant thinks. We've actually got a pretty good squad. Can't complain at that. Quite happy with that. Got some good relationships here. These guys I'm going to move just to wingbacks. Set to attack. Wingback set to attack. Sweeper keeper in goal, Alex Moore. Is he a loan player? Yeah, he's the one on loan from Linfield. Okie dokie. The B team. Let's see who we've got here. You are going to be promoted, as are you. Everything else here I'm pretty happy with. Right, now we're going to do the poaching. Clifton. Come on, Danny. Oh, he doesn't want to move country. Alright, Robbie. He doesn't want to move country. Williams. Doesn't want to move country. That's one of the problems that we've got now, I suppose, is they've all settled in Wales. They don't want to move to Northern Ireland. Tell me, somebody. Alright, was it Phillips? Taylor. Doesn't want to move. If I declare an interest in him, though, instead, for transfer, this guy, who they'd only just brought in, actually, my director of football brought him in, he looked quite good. Fazil, I would love to bring Fazil in. And Moses. And Chamberlain. And I know I'm doing the thing that I absolutely hate managers doing, but screw it, it's Football Manager. I'd love to make him part of the team. There's definitely some interest on our side. I'd love to make him part of the team. We're going to see some repetition here. Okie dokie. There's some players missing on this list, I'm sure. Who got demoted? Wow, loads of players got demoted. Any of these guys interested? Sure, maybe. What if I signed them on loan? They would prefer that you didn't play non-league football. Well, that's nice, isn't it? Considering you're Welsh football. Semi-professional, I might add. Semi-bloody professional. Alright, staff responsibilities. Do we have a director of football? We don't. That might be one of the first things we should look for. We don't have a head of youth development either. Oh my goodness. Right, okay, hang on. Staff search. Clear that. New search. We want a director of football first and foremost. Okay, there aren't any available. In that case, we want a head of youth. Loads of head of youth. What's good for head of youth? I always forget. Working with youngsters, judging player ability, and judging player potential. Actually, this guy is a good candidate already. Can we afford him? We might be able to, if we're a little bit sneaky. Can't offer him any bonuses. Can do that. Come on, Jim. Yeah, my boy Jim is going to be joining us. Alright, so we haven't got a director of football. What am I allowed? A B team assistant manager. I'm not going to worry about that right now. B team manager, though, we do need that. We do need that. Let's work on that. Manager. So what stats? Man management, motivating, which you've got quite good stats with. I want you to be my B team manager. Alright, you just want to be a coach. Why are you listed as a manager then if you just want to be a coach? So stupid. You're not anywhere near as good. Neither are you. You're not bad, apart from your judging player abilities. I think Brian Moore might be our candidate then. Yep, you're interested. Cool. Right, we'll bring him in for now. What else? So I don't like having to do this. Having to keep switching between the two screens. Scouts, as is the way. Right, scouts, scout. Oh, that's what I want. At least 10. No. Oh, this doesn't bode well. Oh, there we go. Daniel Kerr. We have a chief scout already, don't we? So it really is a scout that I can offer you. Right, cool. He signed up. Do we have a physio? We can have a data analyst. Physio. All right, we've got physio. I'm gonna have to meet the team in a second. Okay. So what was it? Data analyst. That'd be quite good to have, actually, data analyst. We did have one at Llandudno as well. It's not like we didn't have one there before. Let's get rid of those. Scouting, data analyst. Right, and the stats you need are... In fact, you are good. James Turner. Good place to start with someone who's got above 10 on everything that matters. Alright, now let's meet my actual team, my coaching team. So I'm the manager, obviously. Player assistant manager is Noel Corrigan. We'll come back to him in a second. Goalkeeping coach, pretty good. And you're just a coach. You're also pretty good, actually. Alright, Corrigan, how good are you? Staff attributes. You're not bad. You're not bad. It could be a lot worse. So that's good. That is good. I think we'll start looking at... Is there anything else I need to do? Training, I suppose I need to do. Fitness. We'll leave it on average for now. I actually have control of this as well by the looks of it. Or maybe I don't. No, I don't. That's a shame. Coaches, we'll do this. So the coaching is about the same as it was at Llandudno, actually. Staff, responsibilities. First team. Team talks is going to be assistant manager. Tactical briefings is the assistant manager. Opposition instructions is the assistant manager. Press conferences is the assistant manager. I'm going to do new signing press conferences. Manage friendlies, I'll do that as well, I suppose. Coach report advice, yeah, we'll keep that. Keep that. And auto pick in is the assistant. Cool. B team, we'll put him in charge for now. And then once the manager comes in, he'll do that. Come back to this a second. So I'm relatively happy with this. Some of this stuff will change once the right people are in place. That I'm alright with. All this I'm okay with. Okay. So I think that does it for this episode, actually. We've left one team and we've joined the next. So I am going to have to remember to change the thumbnail now so that we are pointing at Northern Ireland. Which is fine. I can do that. It's no problem. I might have to make a note of it somewhere, but that's absolutely fine. So that's the end of this episode, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you enjoyed the series, and also leave a like if you think Llandudno were very, very harsh to sack me, and leave a dislike if you think they were justified. I'm probably going to get lots of dislikes on the video now, but that's fine. That's fine. It means you guys are getting involved, which is what this is all about. Besides that, leave some comments down below with ideas for tactics. Tell me where it all went wrong in Wales if you insist. Don't forget to leave a subscribe if you haven't done so already. If you have done so, then thank you guys for your continued support. And until next time, I will see you soon.